Well, hello there. Yes, it's me, your host, Navi. And today what we're going to be talking about is a battle of epic proportions. Yes, Ben, very epic indeed. But what we're going to be talking about is two titans battling it out for the #1 spot on TTube. Oh, I'm sorry, YouTube. I get the two confused all the time. But Pewdiepie, good man, versus T-Series Corporation. But basically, this is a continuation of my two previous videos, my two very first videos, the Politics of YouTube series. And to be fair, those two might bore a few of you 9-year-olds, but if you want some more context on why things are the way they are on YouTube, I would urge you to maybe take a look. My God, the very first video, that's Virgin Navi, right? So you're going to see me, I'm going to be nervous, but it's whatever. I'm fine with that. And that was like 4 hours of footage condensed down into 10 minutes. And it was awful to edit because this is my first time doing anything like that. And the second video, that's 20 minutes long. And my God, that was 9 hours of footage condensed. And I wonder why I'm just now getting around to making the third installment of Politics of YouTube. But if you don't know, since I'm going to assume you don't know about the things that are going on, so I'm going to play a short clip and it's going to give you an idea of what a new term that you've probably never heard of before, and it's called a priority creator. So I'm about to play this clip and I guess we're just going to go from there. So what do I mean by priority creator? Well, people like Styx have already talked about this term, but I kind of wanted to go into more detail into what one is. And from my understanding, there's always been a hierarchy of sorts on YouTube, and that's perfectly fine. In fact, you'll find that in most systems in life, there's a similar structure. That's just the way it is. But it's only recently that they've added this fourth tier to the system. And a priority creator is exactly what it sounds like. Their content is prioritized by YouTube, less likely to get demonetized, largely resistant to flagging, and, well, most of the rules don't really apply to them. They're quite literally a protected class, which is kind of funny because doesn't YouTube always virtue signal about equality or some bullshit all the time? So whenever I originally made the first two videos on the politics of YouTube, T-Series wasn't even a thing yet. PewDiePie hadn't talked about them. I can't think of anyone of note that even knew India existed. Joking, of course. But that's some real stuff, though. Not off the top of my head, I can't think of anything in the news that's caused India to be talked about this much. Which that's a really good thing, because India does need to be talked about. They are a great country, and they're coming up in the world. However, this is just my personal opinion. This corporatization of YouTube is not so good for the platform, because it's becoming more and more apparent that they are taking the U out of YouTube. And when T-Series finally makes it to the top, well, that's a corporation. That they're on top of it. And if you really want to look at things, you can look at the trending section, because that every day that goes by, there's less and less content creators and more just of this smiling face and videos disguised as ads. Which kind of leads me into my next point. So what's YouTube to you? Because YouTube is so many different things to so many different people. There are some people that really do like the Jimmy Kimmel type content, and that's okay. There's also some people that really like edgy content, and that's okay. And then there's some people who they just watch it for funny videos or maybe political commentary or anything else under the moon. What I'm saying is, there's really no right or wrong answer. For me, it's just really, I think it's really interesting that a regular person can just shit out a video and overnight it can go viral. And suddenly, like, there's people that are really interested in that person. That, to me, is the you in YouTube. And I think a really great example of this has nothing to do with YouTube, but it's the oh so cancerous TikTok. You know what I'm talking about. And I say cancerous, but I really do genuinely like it, because I see so many fresh faces that would have never seen the light of day if they would have just been putting videos out on YouTube. I think that's really cool. I think it's really nice that there's a fresh crop of new content creators that are making stuff that they like just because they like it and not because they feel they need to make it. And right now, that's what I'm seeing in a lot of YouTubers. I see so many YouTubers that are just, they're depressed, they're sad, and instead of making content for them, content that they themselves like, they're making content, or they feel forced to make content for other people that other people like. And I think that's starting to really show. But I don't know. So just FYI, I don't normally like doing jump cuts, but I really did feel like that last clip was really, really heartfelt and genuine, if I do say so myself. I'm sorry. But anyways, what I do know is that if we continue down this current path, YouTube is going to end up a shell of its former glory. Which, that's depressing, but it's just a platform, guys. I wouldn't dwell on it too much, because at the end of the day, other platforms will rise and take its place. You should check out BitChute, just saying. But I'm sensing a lot of anger from the 9-year-old army, and they're projecting it more toward T-Series, which I understand, of course, but personally, I think that anger would be a better use if you directed it toward YouTube itself, because they are the root cause after all. And, alright, so let's be real here. If the worst happens and T-Series does topple the champion, the God King, you shouldn't feel too depressed. You gave it your all. I really enjoyed seeing all the larger channels work together to try to keep Pewdiepie afloat. I think that's really awesome, guys. You did amazing. And it leads me to a quote. And to be fair, I heard this quote, or I saw this quote on Call of Duty Blackout, so don't shoot me just yet. But this is from George Patton. If a man does his best, then what else is there? The 9-year-old army has fought tooth and nail on the front lines for a really long time, and it's amazing Pewdiepie is still on top. Because it's been like 4 times now that they got like an ass hair's length away from passing him, and like all of a sudden he just shoots right back up. And I really do think that's amazing. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much the end of all I wanted to say. I don't know if I'll do another Politics of YouTube video, so maybe. It depends on what YouTube does. I'll be watching. Anyways, y'all have a good day. Catch you next time.